Hey there, fellow Americans. If you've been anxiously checking your bank account, waiting for that life-changing notification, I've got incredible news that you won't want to miss. A massive $5,893 direct deposit is hitting accounts today for eligible SSI and SSDI recipients, and I'm here to break down everything you need to know about this game-changing payment. Before we dive deep into these details that could put thousands in your pocket, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on crucial updates about benefits and payments that you might be entitled to. Now, let me ask you something. Have you been struggling to keep up with rising costs lately? Are you one of the millions of Americans receiving Social Security benefits and wondering if you're eligible for this substantial payment? Well, you're in the right place, and the timing couldn't be better. This direct deposit is part of a broader initiative to provide additional support to our seniors and disabled citizens who rely on SSI and SSDI benefits, and I'm going to walk you through every single detail about this payment. The most pressing question on everyone's mind is probably, am I eligible? Well, I'm going to break this down in simple terms. This $5,893 payment is specifically targeted at individuals who are currently receiving either Supplemental Security Income, SSI, or Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI. But here's the thing, there are some specific criteria you need to meet, and I'm going to explain exactly what those are so you can determine if you qualify for this substantial sum. First and foremost, let's talk about why this payment is happening now. With inflation hitting record highs and the cost of living soaring, the Social Security Administration has recognized the urgent need to provide additional support to beneficiaries. This isn't just another regular monthly payment, this is a special direct deposit designed to help offset the increasing financial burdens many Americans are facing. But here's what's really interesting, many eligible recipients don't even know about this payment, which is exactly why I'm creating this video today. Let's dive into the specifics of eligibility. To qualify for this $5,893 payment, you need to be a current recipient of either SSI or SSDI benefits. However, there's more to it than just receiving these benefits. Your monthly income, resources, and living arrangements all play crucial roles in determining your eligibility. For instance, did you know that your living situation could actually affect whether you receive the full amount? This is something many people overlook, but it's absolutely crucial to understand. For SSI recipients, the Social Security Administration looks at your countable resources, which include things like bank accounts, stocks, and property, besides your primary residence. The current resource limit is $2,000 for individuals and $3,000 for couples. But here's something many people don't realize, not everything counts toward this limit. There are several exclusions that could work in your favor, and I'm going to explain these in detail. SSDI recipients, on the other hand, need to focus on different criteria. The main factor here is your work history and the number of work credits you've accumulated over the years. But don't worry if you're not sure about your work credits, I'm going to explain exactly how to check this information and what it means for your eligibility for this $5,893 payment. Here's something crucial that you need to know. Timing is everything with this payment. The direct deposits are being processed today, but depending on your bank, it might take 1 to 3 business days for the funds to appear in your account. If you're eligible but don't see the payment in your account immediately, don't panic, I'll explain exactly what steps to take and who to contact if you need to follow up. Now, let me address a question that many of you might be wondering about. Is this a one-time payment, or can we expect more in the future? This is where things get really interesting. While this particular payment is significant, it's important to understand how it fits into the broader picture of Social Security benefits and future adjustments. I'm going to explain the potential for additional payments and what factors might influence future benefit increases. One aspect that's particularly important to understand is how this payment might affect your other benefits. Some of you might be worried about whether accepting this payment could impact your Medicaid eligibility or other assistance programs. Let me put your mind at ease. I'm going to explain exactly how this payment is classified and what it means for your other benefits. Here's something that many people don't realize. There are actually several different types of special payments and increases that SSI and SSDI recipients might be eligible for. Beyond this $5,893 deposit, are you aware of all the benefits you're entitled to? Many Americans leave money on the table simply because they don't know about all the available programs and supplements. Let's talk about documentation and verification. If you believe you're eligible for this payment, there are certain documents you'll want to have ready. This includes your Social Security card, proof of identity, and recent benefit statements. But don't worry if you're missing some of these, I'll explain alternative documents that are acceptable and where to get copies if needed. Something that's crucial to understand is the appeal process. What if you believe you're eligible but don't receive the payment? What if you receive less than you think you should? Don't worry, there's a clear process for addressing these situations, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what steps to take and who to contact. One of the most common questions I get is about taxes. Will this $5,893 payment be taxable? How should you report it on your tax return? These are important questions, and the answers might surprise you. I'm going to explain the tax implications and what you need to know to avoid any issues with the IRS. Here's an important tip that many people overlook. Make sure your direct deposit information is up to date with the Social Security Administration. If there have been any changes to your banking information, you'll want to update this immediately to ensure you receive your payment without any delays. Let's discuss what you can do if you think you might be eligible but haven't been receiving SSI or SSDI benefits. The application process might seem daunting, but it's actually quite straightforward once you know what to do. I'll explain the steps you need to take to apply and what documentation you'll need to support your application. Something else to consider is how this payment might affect your budget and financial planning. While $5,893 is a significant sum, it's important to plan how to use it wisely. I'll share some strategies for making the most of this payment while ensuring you maintain your eligibility for future benefits. For those of you who are caregivers or representatives for SSI or SSDI recipients, there are special considerations you need to be aware of. How should you handle this payment? What documentation do you need to maintain? I'll explain everything you need to know to properly manage these funds on behalf of your loved one. Here's an important point about fraud prevention. Unfortunately, whenever there are significant benefit payments, scammers try to take advantage of the situation. I'm going to share some crucial tips on how to protect yourself from fraud and what to do if you suspect someone is trying to scam you regarding this payment. Let's talk about complimentary programs and benefits that might be available to you. Did you know that qualifying for SSI or SSDI often automatically qualifies you for other assistance programs? These could include food assistance, housing support, and medical benefits. I'll explain how to access these additional resources. For those of you who are still working while receiving SSDI benefits, there are special considerations regarding this payment. How might it affect your substantial gainful activity limits? What do you need to report to the Social Security Administration? I'll clarify all of these important details. Now, let's discuss the timing of future payments and benefit adjustments. Understanding the schedule of payments and potential increases is crucial for financial planning. I'll explain how to stay informed about future changes and what factors might influence benefit amounts going forward. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to your benefits. That's why it's crucial to stay informed about changes and updates to SSI and SSDI programs. I'll share the best resources for keeping track of benefit changes and where to find the most up-to-date information. Before we wrap up, let me remind you of something important. If you found this information helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're constantly updating our content with the latest information about Social Security benefits, payment increases, and other crucial financial news that could affect your benefits. Also, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you received your payment yet? Do you have questions about your eligibility? Your experiences and questions not only help others in similar situations but also help us create more relevant content for our community. Finally, remember that while this $5,893 payment is significant, it's just one part of the broader Social Security benefits system. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates on future payments, benefit increases, and important changes to SSI and SSDI programs. Together, we can ensure that you're getting all the benefits you're entitled to and making the most of every opportunity to improve your financial situation.